Hey everybody, it's me, Asinellus, and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Reddit. Welcome back to r/EntitledParents, where we get to see parents who think their kids deserve everything. Let me get you a quick story to show you what this subreddit is about. Grandmother I've never met in my life drops her grandchild off at my house while she runs errands. This is from a couple years ago. A 9-year-old boy shows up at my house and asks to play with my kids. He's like 9 or so I figured he just walked over. My son goes outside to play with him. They have a good time. A few hours later, it's now getting dark, and I call the kids in for dinner. The boy tries to follow them in, and I tell him, I'm sorry, I only have enough for us to eat. It was a meal with long preparation that I started even before the boy showed up. And that also, it's a school night. He should go home. He proceeds to tell me his grandmother dropped him off at my house, and said he should stay there until she comes and gets him. I asked him who his grandmother was, and he named somebody I've never heard of in my life. I told him I'm sorry, but I was never asked to babysit, and now my kids are getting ready for bed. He proceeds to throw a huge tantrum and screams about how hot it is and there's mosquitoes outside. I finally decide to just walk him home. He said he lived down the road, expecting just to see if his house was unlocked so I could drop him at home. His grandmother is in fact home, and I explained what happened, that her child was under the impression that he was supposed to stay with us. She said, yes, I told him that. I wanted him out of the way so I could run some errands, and then I figured I'd get some cleaning done while he was out of my way. I told her that if she needs a babysitter, she needs to ask ahead of time. She said, oh, sorry. In this neighborhood, we all look out for each other's kids. I told her that I would appreciate if she didn't drop her kid off at my house anymore, and that he could come play, but he would have to leave when the kids ate dinner and started bedtime activities. That's it. There was no heated exchanges to make it interesting, but I shared because I thought it was pretty entitled to just drop your kid off at a stranger's house expecting them to babysit. Yes, quite entitled indeed, and if you like that, make sure to subscribe to the channel and we'll get straight into the video. Cancer is contagious, according to dumb entitled parents. I have a cousin who was about 7 or 8. He always got colds, and he was very sick before he was diagnosed with cancer. The day it was very, very heartbreaking. He wasn't just my cousin, but him and his twin brother were like my own little brothers. He was diagnosed with a severe case of leukemia. This meant several trips out of town to the nearest children's hospital. Since he can't get sick, he has to wear a mask every time he goes and does his treatments. Because of this, anyone who was near him would always back away or hide their kid. They would give my aunt dirty looks and talk about my cousin behind his back. It's understandable in a way because they don't know he has cancer. My aunt started getting annoyed by this, so she got a bumper sticker that clarifies that he has cancer and some wristbands made. I remember my aunt told me that one parent even told her to back off because she doesn't want her kid to get sick. When this entitled parent found out my cousin actually had cancer, they scoffed and pulled their child away. It's frustrating even hearing it, but to actually live that, it's genuinely horrible. You would think that upon learning that he has cancer, the parents would relax a bit, but they still acted like he would get their precious angel sick with cancer. He's been bullied because of this and teased. We have a few anti-vax nutjobs in my town, so his chances of getting sick are even higher. He ended up with a bad case of flu and had to be driven out of town once again to be treated. He's in remission now, but this fight isn't over. His twin brother now has to be looked after because he's showing similar symptoms. So I'm here on the World Health Organization website, sort of a big deal in the medical community, and asking the question, are vaccines safe? 3 words, vaccines are safe. That, I hope, should prove it for you. And for my second question, I've referred to the American Cancer Society. Is cancer contagious? 4 words this time. Cancer is not contagious. Entitled Karen and her little poo stain tried to steal my €1,000 bike. This happened about a month and a half ago. Plus my bike is pretty much new and I take care of it more than myself. We have the entitled mum, the entitled kid, BS is the bystander, and PO is the police officer. So for a little backstory, the bike is brand new, and I spent €1,000 on it, which means I don't let anybody even touch it. And also, I don't want anything destroyed because I don't have the money to fix it. So let's get on with the story. About a month ago, I was cruising around the town with my new bike listening to music when I stopped for a cigarette. As I sit on a bench, I see a little kid, about 9 years old, running towards me. Whoa, you finally stopped! Why are you running after me? I wanted to take a look at your bike. It looks sick. It's brand new. Look all you want, buddy. Can I ride it? No, I bought it just a few hours ago, so I won't let anybody use it. Plus, you won't be able to, as you're just a little kid and the bike is too big for you. You won't be able to ride it. Please? No, I'm sorry, buddy. The entitled kid storms off. After 2 minutes, when I take a cigarette out, before I even light it, I see a woman with the "I want to speak to the manager" haircut, with the little poop stain in tears next to her. My little angel told me that you were rude to him. No, he asked to ride my bike, and I said no, as it's brand new and I don't want anything on it to get destroyed. Why are you lying to me, young man? I'm clearly not lying. Why would I be rude to a little kid that did nothing to me? I'm done with you, you young man. Mommy, I want that bike. You will have it, my love. Don't worry. No, he won't. I paid for it, and it's mine. Mommy, I want it. Give me your bike, right now. No, and again, no. Then I try to get on my bike and leave, and then I hear a weird sound and suddenly I'm on the ground, as is my bike. I get up and I see EM fuming. Then I look at my bike to make sure everything's okay, and I see my back wheel bent a bit. That's where I got furious. What the F did you do to my effing bike, you bee? Then a bystander is coming over to see what's happening and asks the entitled mum, Are you guys okay? EM, with nothing to say, plays the victim card. This young man stole my angel's bike. She is effing lying. She came over trying to take it from me. The entitled mum slaps me. I finally had enough. I'm calling the effing police on you. Fine, call them. I call the cops, explain to them what happened, and after 5 minutes a police car arrives with 2 officers and one gets out of it. The second one stayed inside. The police officer, what happened here? This lady, EM, cuts me off screaming, This young man tried to steal my little angel's bicycle. She's lying, the bike is mine, and she tried to make me give it to her. Stop lying, young man, you took it from me. Don't shout, you guys. Shut the F up, you dumb mother effer. Slaps him too. Mom, what are you doing? Nobody disrespects me. I want my bike right now. You're gonna have to prove it. Do you have the receipt on you? Luckily, I had the bike's receipt in my bag, having bought it with my mother just some hours ago. I was scrambling through some papers when I finally found it. I got the receipt, officer. It had my mum's name. Who is this name? My mum's officer. I have to call her to confirm the details on the receipt. Of course. I give the police officer my mum's number. He calls her and she confirms the details that are on the receipt. EM couldn't be more red from the embarrassment then. See, officer, the bicycle is mine. Ma'am, the evidence says otherwise. Entitled mum grabs entitled kid from the hand and starts running, and the police officer is chasing them until entitled kid trips and falls. Police officer arrests and handcuffs the entitled mum. Then the police officer asked me what happened from start to finish, and after that he asked me if I wanted to press charges, to which I gladly replied yes. EM was charged with assault, destruction of someone else's property, trying to claim someone else's property, and resisting arrest. BS also pressed charges. Court was about 11 days ago, and she was sentenced to 4 years in jail, and also had to pay for my back wheel. If you came this far, thank you so much. Have a great day. And an edit, she got 4 years as she had a bad criminal record and was already on probation. Just a quick rule of thumb, don't take others' stuff if they've got a receipt saying they bought it. It won't work. Entitled mum thinks I, the delivery driver, should tip her. So, I'm a delivery driver for a major food delivery company in a major college town in Texas where everyone loves maroon. Normally, it's not bad, pays pretty well, and customers are generally fine. But you always have idiots in every service job. This, however, surpassed anything I had ever experienced before. I got an order alert on my phone, relatively simple but expensive order. We drivers love expensive orders from a restaurant nearby. In the portion for the delivery instructions, the customer explains that I need to call her once I arrive, as ringing the doorbell as I normally do would disturb her autistic son. Okay, no problem at all. I received therapy for sensory issues when I was a kid, so I'm going to be even more sympathetic to that than the average person. I received the order and drive over to the house, nice part of town, and give the customer a call. Younger woman answers, tells me to come up to the door. I do so, and enters the entitled mum, who strangely was fairly attractive and did not have the typical Karen haircut. EM is Enraged Marmalade, me the Muffin Man, and NSL Nice Support Lady. Here's your order, Mom. Is there anything else I can help you with today? Yes, my son is autistic, and people like you don't understand how difficult it is to raise him. I shouldn't have to pay this much for food. Can you give me a discount? I'm sorry, Mom, but the app calculates your order total, not me. It's already been paid for. The entitled mum did not like that answer. Her face changed from a smug smirk into a snarl. I suppose I didn't realize how ridiculous the idea that people pay for their own food is. Well, why don't you pay for it then? I'm not sure if you heard, but my son is autistic, and it's your fault that he's still hungry. I'm sorry, Mom, but that goes against our policy. If I paid for your order, I'd probably be fired. Good! You're a useless driver anyway. You're disgusting. My son is starving to death. Since I've had to go through so much trouble with you, you should tip me. My app has a setting that while you're in the process of taking an order to a customer, they'll assign you another one at the same time, if there's activity. Thankfully, this saved me here. Can't do that, ma'am. Here's your order. I dropped the food gently on the ground between us and jogged back to my car. She was shouting something unintelligible, so much for not disturbing her autistic son, but I couldn't make out what she was saying. Unsurprisingly, she gave me a 1-star review. You tip online, so I got a small tip. I contacted support about it the next day. Yeah, I had a crazy lady yesterday. Started demanding that I pay for her order, and even that I tip her. Really rude, not sure what the deal was. Oh, I knew what the deal was, that's why I'm here. Which order was it? It was order number at this address. Yikes, you're the third person to complain about her. 1 or 2, we take it with a grain of salt, but 3, you're probably out. I'll try to get her deactivated. If so, her review will be off your record. Thanks, appreciate it. I feel like the entire world is better off now that she won't get deliveries from us anymore. But was the cost worth it? That remains to be seen. Yes, because now this woman will have to go to the shops and harass every single employee there. I'm not sure if poor old delivery drivers taking one for the team would have been better than her attacking a whole store, but yeah, I guess only time will tell. Alright guys, that's about it for today. That's all I've got time for, so I know it wasn't my longest video ever, but hopefully you did enjoy it, and when I make my videos a little bit shorter, I do have the opportunity to make more videos, because recording takes less, editing takes less, and I can just get the videos out more quickly and more consistently for you guys. But guys, I hope you did enjoy this video, and if you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel and tell me down in the comments what you like most, and maybe some other subreddits I should have a look at. Maybe they'll even make it into a video. But for now guys, as always, all I want to do is see you all here next time. See you later guys.